Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Season 3, Week 16 in DC Sports Digest. Another very busy week in DC Sports, a lot of stuff to talk about, and actually a pretty good week. So without further ado, let's just get started. Starting with the Nats, they made another waiver claim, got Ken Waldichuk off waivers. And actually, the Nats are going to start ramping up soon. Pitchers and catchers are reporting for spring training this Wednesday, and everyone will report by February 16th. So things are starting to get started, and their first spring training game is February 21st. So I'll have more information on that soon, but for now, that's all for the Nats. On the Wizards, they beat the Pistons and Kings, losing to the Knicks. Pretty solid week for them. Will Riley scored a career high 18. A lot of G-Leaguers made an impact the win versus the Kings. Also in a big win versus the top of the East Pistons. But the biggest news this week was the Wizards trading for Anthony Davis. That was really surprising. Came out of nowhere. But the full trade was they acquired Anthony Davis, Dante Exum, Jaden Harvey, and D'Angelo Russell for A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley, 2 first-rounders, and 3 second-rounders. None of them are picks. The second rounders don't really matter. On the first rounders, one is next year is the Thunder's pick, which is right now is pick like 30 because the Thunder are really good. So it's not it's based almost a second round pick at this point, and the 2030 pick would only transfer to the Mavericks if it's pick 21 to pick 30. So he really didn't give up that much for Anthony Davis. Although he hasn't been super healthy lately. In the games he's played, he still is really good. He's proven that. So obviously this year, I don't see Anthony Davis playing. I could honestly not see Trae Young not playing the rest of the year. So we have to kind of tank a little bit. I think we're like 13th out of 15 in the East, and there's a couple other teams in the West that are worse than us right now, tanking wise. So we're 14 and 36. We really can't win too many more games because we need to get that top 8 pick. The Knicks fans really want us to win some. They really want that pick, but we can't lose our first round pick this year. That's crucial to this part of the rebuild, especially if it's in that like top 4. So I think if we can get that top 4 pick, get a healthy Trae Young, healthy AD with the rest of our young core, this team is really going to be competing almost instantly. But don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But this is a really exciting move. Just because we do not have to give up that much to get Anthony Davis. Our young core is still mostly here, which is really great. Yeah, great move, but we'll see how it works out next season. But for this season, we have games versus the Nets, Heat, and Cavs before the All-Star break, and we'll see some of our guys in the Rising Stars game. That's all I have for the Wizards. On to the Caps, they beat the Hurricanes in overtime, beat the Islanders and Predators, only losing to the Flyers this week. Bring them to a 29, 23, and 7 record with 65 points as they head into the All-Star break. Still kind of in contention, not completely out of it yet, so we'll see what happens. McMichael's week to week. He's going to be coming back after the All-Star break. Logan Thompson came back against the Predators. And Charlie Unger should be back after the break. Pierre-Luc Dubois also came back, but I'll get to that later. The biggest and most impressive win to me was coming back from down 3-1 to beat the top of the Metro Hurricanes. Really great to see us rally back and do that. And Clay Stevenson got his first career win. Got a couple wins this week. They also scored 4 and answered to come back and beat the Islanders. Nick Dowd had his 500 game as a cap and notched a goal and assist. So that's great to see. Congrats to him. Chicken had a really good game against the Predators. Had 3 points, notching back-to-back 20-goal seasons. Right around the top of the league in goals by a defenseman. Like I said, Pierre-Luc Dubois came back and got 2 points after missing 47 games with injury. So that's great to see. Also, congrats to Logan Thompson for getting his 50th career win. The Caps got a great win against the Predators as they now head to Olympic break, where we'll see Tom Wilson and Logan Thompson on Canada and Martin Fehervary for Slovakia. So that will start on the middle of next week, so I'll let you guys know when I have some updates on that. Also want to congratulate Barry Trotz on his retirement. The Caps did a nice tribute for him when he came back with Nashville. That's all I have for the Caps. Like I said, look forward to seeing them in the Olympics. On to the Commanders. Huge congratulations to Bobby Wagner for winning Walter Payton Man of the Year. It was great to hear about his charitable causes, especially about what happened with his mom. So yeah, great to see him win that award. We also hired Eric Henderson as our defensive line coach. He's had some high praise from people like Aaron Donald, so that's great to see. Dale Taft moved to the assistant D-line coach. And Cliff Kingsbury is joining the Rams coaching staff, so best of luck to him there. That's all I have for the Commanders. On to other DC sports news, DC Power is back in action. Their next game is today versus Jacksonville. And unfortunately, the Washington Post got rid of their sports section. It's really unfortunate. Used to always read it when I was younger, and still often enjoyed looking at it, but obviously not anymore. I feel bad for all the people laid off. It's just unfortunate they couldn't keep it going. It'll be remembered very fondly by me and many others. On to the weekly awards. My game of the week is for the Caps beating the Hurricanes 4-3. My player of the week is Jacob Chychrun for 5 points this week, and my team of the week is Capitals for Capitals sweep 3-1 record. Kind of getting back into playoff contention. Hopefully, hopefully we can carry that momentum after the Olympic break. That's all I have this video. So thanks for watching. Make sure to check out the Instagram. Also check out the short I made if you want to hear more about the Anthony Davis trade. It was super exciting. I was still just so shocked when that happened. And it's just crazy to think that the Wizards could actually be competent and competitive next year. So thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye.